Ready for some more Ben 10 figure reviews? Today we're going to be having a look at Dr. Animo. The little small accessory to come included with Dr. Animo here is the mutated Godadactyle. We get some measurements going for Dr. Animo, putting the tape measure next to the figure. It is almost exactly 5 inches in height. His one lone accessory is the mutated Godadactyle, which is very hard to say. Comes with a display stand, a very crucial display stand, because unfortunately the Godadactyle does not stand well at all. It's probably chalked up to the fact that it's got very small little feet. Not nearly enough to get it to stand, the poor little guy. Doesn't have any poseability. I thought maybe the head might have been poseable, but instead it actually is just a staction. Staction basically means a figure that doesn't move. It doesn't have any poseability to it. It's instead made up of a soft rubber material, which for the most part, it looks pretty good. Gets a little rough around the edges here, but otherwise paint's pretty good on it. And at the very least, it does come, well, Animo comes with an accessory. Even though it's not poseable, that's okay. Comparing Dr. Animo with some other figures that we've recently looked at. There he is next to Steam Smythe, and there he is next to Upgrade. One thing to the credit of Playmates Toys is that they make all the figures, as you can see, very unique to one another. You could never challenge them for making use of same molds as other companies have done. You can see that they are very distinctly different from one another here. As for the figure itself, it's a pretty faithful rendition here of Dr. Animo from the cartoon, Ben 10. I think he's well sculpted, well painted, and pretty poseable, actually, having just recently looked at the Upgrade, who unfortunately didn't have this happening to him. Luckily, I can say that be the case for Dr. Animo here. You can actually move his arms outward, and you can rotate them all around. I'll just talk about this quickly. This one arm's a little trickier to move all the way around, and nor I would probably recommend doing it. Obviously, it's got the hose coming from his arm all the way to the back here, so you really wouldn't want to move it too far for the risk that, well, you end up pinching it or you end up pulling it and damaging it, which is something I don't definitely want to have done. Head sculpt, I think, is pretty good. About the only thing I feel like they've missed off here is the side little tufts, his little sideburns here. They've sculpted them in. Unfortunately, they have not given them the same paint treatment that his hair has been given on the side, so it ultimately kind of looks like his face is sagging. A little bit of paint could have fixed that up. But the helmet is there, and of course his goggles are there, and a little chin strap. He does look, again, like he does from the cartoon itself. A very small, skinny character, I guess, by comparison to, say, a likes of a Steam Smythe. How about some other comparisons? We'll put him right here, and we'll bring in Ben Tennyson. We'll put him right there. And how about another one? How about another one that we can bring in? Well, we haven't brought him in for a while. How about Diamondhead? So he's not quite as big as, say, the likes of Diamondhead here, but of course he's a lot taller than Ben Tennyson, which would make sense. Move those figures out of the way. The paint, for the most part, is not actually as much there as as one would think. The lower part of it looks like it's been cast in brown plastic. The top half looks like it's been cast in gray plastic. And then simply, like, just the little decos here have been painted in gray, and the straps have been painted in brown. Paint is really clean. I have no problems. And a lot of that could be chalked up to the fact that it is using molds rather than having to go in and actually paint it. What little paint it is given is done well, for the most part. Like, again, like you got the metallic silver happening there on the arm gauntlet. He does look quite good. You can't remove his helmet. Transmodulator. Can't take that off, sadly. These little side or top ports sections here are of a softer plastic, but I don't feel as if I'm going to run into any risks of these bending. Then again, I probably shouldn't be doing this while I'm saying that. Poseability on this guy. His head rotates all the way around, hinging up and down as well. These are very poseable figures. Arms, like I said, we've already discussed this. The arms hinge outward. You can rotate the arms all the way around. I'm going to bring the camera back a little bit. I realize maybe too close for comfort. As I was saying, the arm does move out. You can rotate the arm all the way around. A rotation happening also in the wrist area. The same can also be said on this side here. Just be a little careful. You can see right there, that's bad. I don't want to keep going down this road. That's a road that would cause so much sadness. Waist swivel. And as we've looked at before with these particular figures, there's a hinge happening right here on the leg. So the leg moves forward and it moves back. But to move the leg outward like this, no dice, until you rotate the leg this way. And then you can bring the leg out. See, that's pretty easy. Rotate this back around. There we go. You can rotate the lower leg basically around where the boot area is, which also bends at the knee. And he also has hinge in the foot. Just to reiterate that, he's got a hinge in the knee, and he's also got a hinge in the foot, which doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it makes me so happy. Peg hole, by the way, on not one, but two of his feet. Not that I was saying necessarily he needs a display stand, as we've covered with a lot of these figures. Shy of exactly, well, except for upgrade, all the figures seem to stand perfectly fine. Dr. Animo here is no exception. As I had mentioned when we looked at Steam Smythe, I'm really glad that Playmates are releasing not only the villains, well, not only the heroes, but we're also getting villains as well, and a good amount of villains also to boot. Ben 10 is one of the largest expanded universe of figures that you can get on toy shelves, and it's really nice that a company like Playmates is handling the property. It means not only are you going to be getting the standalone, the more go-to characters, of course, like Ben Tennyson and some of the characters that he turns into, but of course you're going to be getting those villains as well. They've done it so well, so successfully well with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle line, and it's happy to see as well that they're doing this with the Ben 10 line as well. Today we were having a look at another villain. Love the villains. Today we were having a look at Dr. Animo, and he also came with a mutated Gododactyl, which is such a hard thing to say for such a small little character. Want to check out some more Ben 10 reviews? Head over to my Ben 10 playlist. You can have a look at all the figures that I've reviewed on this channel. Want to see some more Ben 10 stuff? Okay, we'll do some more Ben 10 figure reviews in some upcoming videos, but don't worry if you're not a big fan of Ben 10, we're going to do some other stuff as well. Like to mix it up on this channel from time to time, not completely focus my efforts on one thing. As quickly as you're looking at a Ben 10 figure review, I may switch it up and give you a horror figure review in the next video. You never know. Might very well end up happening. Make sure you hit that little subscribe button down below, though, so you never miss a beat when it comes to future videos. And do me a favor, also head over to my playlist and my homepage and scroll down this section where it says videos. See if there's anything that you may have missed, because of the way that YouTube is nowadays, it's hard to really be able to know everything that video content creators are posting. The best way around it is heading over to the main page after you watch these videos and scroll down and see if there's anything you may have missed along the way. And that helps me a lot too, because sometimes these videos don't always get viewed by you guys, and that really sucks. More videos, guys, will be coming your way. As always, thanks for watching as you always do. I'll see you next time.